Good day to you all. My name is Donato, London marathon runner multiple times, and I'm going to talk about a very sensitive topic, which is the London Marathon ballot. Today is Thursday, the 27th of June, and yesterday was the day when London Marathon organisers sent out the emails to all the ballot entries, whether they were successful or not in getting in with a ballot place. How many ballot places are given out? Nobody knows. However, the emails went out yesterday and it always causes a lot of stir, but this time it was a record number of ballot entries. 840 odd thousand entries, which was just crazy. And in this video I'm going to talk about two ways that maybe the marathon ballot can be done a bit better, possibly. Yes guys, welcome back. This is going to cause and maybe be unpopular for a lot of people, but let's just remember what London Marathon is all about and why it's here. Yeah, it's and this is going to sound controversial in itself. It's a commercial organisation and it's there to make money. That's what it is. It's a professional organisation. It's there to make money. Its primary purpose is to help charities raise money for their appropriate charities. So they're given golden ticket places. And again, we don't know the exact number of charity places that have been paid for by the charities. Again, it's all bit smoke and mirrors, black box. Nobody knows the exact numbers. The only exact number that we do know is that there are 6,000 good for age entries, 3,000 men, 3,000 women. That's the only thing that is guaranteed. So I'm going to go into a few key things and also a blog that I read which sort of sparked me into producing this video, because in that blog it suggested a number of suggestions, and this was back in 2016. So yes, for those of you who watch regularly might notice that I'm sort of half naked, because at the time that I'm recording this, as I say, on this day, if you're in the UK, it's damn hot, isn't it? Whilst it is cooler today than it was yesterday, it was way too hot for me to record this in my flat. So I've recorded it today and hopefully can do the editing and publish it out to you today as well, Thursday, the 27th of June. Yeah, it's a very popular race and everyone's going to enter. When the blog that was written that sort of prompted this, it was 10th of October 2016, and the person who wrote this, Dan Weimer, got a lot of statistics and information and wrote some really good stuff. Now at that time there was over 200,000 entries, so you can see how it's grown from 200,000 entries where the odds of getting in were very slim. Now it's even more slim, but unless we have exact figures, we're sort of stabbing in the dark. It's a bit curious why the figures are not published. I mean, they are entitled not to publish. They're not a public organisation, so they're not answerable to anyone really apart from themselves. So they're not a public body and they're not going to divulge the information, which is interesting because Boston Marathon, again, I don't think Boston Marathon, Boston Athletics Association is a public body, yet they divulge all of the statistics, all the information by age group, by numbers, locations, everything, you name it, all the stats are there. People may say, well, Boston is completely different to London, still a marathon major, why not disclose the information, London Marathon? That's just a question to you guys. But going through this vlog, running down this, he was lucky enough to get a ballot place that year. Maybe that's what prompted him to write the blog. So he got what he calls the golden ticket, the Willy Wonka golden ticket. But looking through his suggestions, things like let everyone run. No, you can't do that the ideal way. Phased race starts. No, there'll be too many people on the course. Multi-time ballot guarantee. Again, complicated. Restricted ballot, complicated. Point system, complicated. He went through all of this, and I'll put a link in the description so you can have a read for yourself. And in conclusion, he says it's way too complicated. There are other marathons. And also the thing to remember, and I've seen now people posting it, and again, it might be controversial, the things that they've been saying, but more people are coming out saying they didn't enjoy the experience at London. It is a big city event and it's not for everybody, despite the hype and glamour and all that. So yeah, a lot of things have changed. The reason why there was 200,000 entries back then and now there's 840,000. Well, the entries didn't open until months after the race. Now the ballot entries open it was the day before the race. So when we have millions of people watching it on TV, it's being promoted live on TV for people to enter. Was that a reason why there's so many ways of getting all those numbers? But here are two simple suggestions. May come with overheads, admin overheads, but two simple solutions on how we can help improve, because at the end of the day I often hear the phrases of the running community and it's very inclusive, caring, sharing and all that type of stuff. So to be inclusive, to include more people in the London Marathon, the first way of improving the ballot system is anyone who's ever ran London Marathon cannot enter the ballot. Yeah, you can go for a charity place. I know, ooh, scary stuff, eh? If you've ran it before, isn't it fair to be more inclusive for others to allow them a better chance of getting a ballot place because they've never ran London Marathon before? Does that not make sense? Yeah, so for me, I didn't enter the ballot. I've not entered the ballot for 9 years, 8 years. First time I entered, I just started marathon running and I didn't get in. Yeah, like a lot of people, you're not in. So I then worked and trained, and I know this isn't for everybody, but I've got a good for age place and have continued to get good for age places every year. So I'm fortunate enough to be fit, fast and get in through a good for age, and hopefully I'll be in for 2025 good for age. So the first way is, if you've ever ran London Marathon, you can still enter. If you want to run it every year, run it for a charity and go that way, or get a corporate place, pay for the place through sports tours, whatever it is. There are other ways of getting in London Marathon, but when it goes to ballot places, the best way to improve the chances for someone to get a ballot place who's never ran London Marathon before, surely is it for those who've ran it before not to enter the ballot. So that's suggestion number one. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Suggestion number two, to reduce the numbers even more, is a lot of people who say, well, a lot of people who enter aren't runners, they've never ran before. And we do see a number of these on the socials, you know, people who've got a place and go, what am I going to do? I've never ran more than like 600 yards. Well, another way of sorting this that effectively is you can only enter the ballot if, and it's a big if, that you've ran a marathon in the previous 12 months. Yeah, I know. So London Marathon doesn't become your first marathon. Yeah, again, it might sound controversial, but it is another way of giving an option for people to, for those who really want to run it, have never ran it before, getting a better chance of that ballot place. Because by reducing the number of people in the ballot, you've got a better chance of getting a ballot place. Isn't that true? Now, I know there's people who are going to be screaming arms, you're going to get the pitchforks out and start a riot. Yeah, carry on, but before you do that, have a good think of those two suggestions. Yeah, if you've ever ran it before, you can't enter in the ballot, and if you're going to enter into the ballot, you've ran a marathon before. So by those two ways, I believe you would reduce the number dramatically, giving a better chance for those who've not run it before. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I don't think the organisers, because they always keep publishing the record-breaking number of entries in the ballot, that's their goal, isn't it? As I mentioned at the very beginning, they are an organisation here for profit. I don't think they're a charity organisation, and even if they were, there's still people on the payroll of part of that charity. Yes, their primary goal is to help charities raise money, which is fantastic, and they get wonderful coverage on the BBC for that. But the ballot, yeah, there's charity places and there's ballot places. I mean, I could throw in a third one, but that will really scare the cat amongst the pigeons. I'll leave that for another video, maybe another day. So yeah, change is often difficult for everybody, but those are just a couple of suggestions in the way of changing and possibly improving the London Marathon ballot. I'll see you all very soon with some race videos. Bye-bye. So here I am now with Mrs. Brown. How are you doing?
I'm feeling fine.
Excellent. I'm loving the handbag. I like the accessories.
It's going all the way.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
Thing is, what's in the handbag?
Oh.
Well, nothing exciting, really.
Enjoy.
Thank you.